Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to OTL Racing here on Twitch for round number 3 of our BMW 235i Championship here on the race room. Tonight coming from the Swedish circuit of Mantorp Park with the long layout this evening. So it's the full 1.9 miles, should be good. Only the 9 corners, but should be some good races still. You can see they are out on track practicing. Not a few minutes left before they get fully into qualifying. So a few drivers still sat in the pits, but you can see and hear a few of them flying past the pit lane here. I'm on board with one of them now then. So let's get the timings up then for you. So M-Power driving superbly well so far. Championship as we would expect. Very much front runner to take another victory. He's won 5 of the 6 races at the moment, so pretty dominant force so far. Only the very first race of the first week did he not win, but other than that he has been pretty impossible to beat. So I think maybe himself at the front with the rest fighting for best of the rest. Got Shaw's Van Zanvliet in second in the championship. He's 56 points back, just ahead of Lucas Kobalecki. Bas Schilstra in 4th, Conor Garrett in 5th. Couple of second places for Conor. Also but a DNF in the very first race of the championship. It's cost him a fair few important points, so that's put him down in 5th. Phil Lawson in 6th. Damien Jensen in 7th. Okaz Agan in 8th, so it's not gone great for him. DNF'd in 2 of last week's 3 races, despite winning the very first race of the season. Dennis Deutsch in 9th, missed the first week, so the 3 races there he did not gain any points in. And then Jacoli sitting in 10th spot at the moment. So just a few minutes to go, and then we'll get into the qualifying. Now, as always, we've had a nice bit of help from Mr. M-Power himself. He's put together a fun little video, just a quick clip of himself putting a good lap round here, not necessarily a pole pace lap. Pole I think is about going to be a mid to high 122, but yeah, he's giving us an example lap, and we'll go on board with him now and see how he does a full lap round Mantorp Park along. So come around the final corner, final bend, coming down to the straight. So first corner, the left-hander. Broken and steering quite early there. So it's a long old corner. You've got the second turn, approaches you very, very quickly. Double apex effectively. So they drift out wide, get back in. Does that very nicely. Long third corner, it's pretty much just a flat straight. Coming down into the still chicane. The important thing in here, making sure you get a good exit as we have a very, very long straight up ahead. So that corner, all about the exit. All about getting out onto that straight with a good bit of momentum, not losing loads and loads of time. So come down towards turn number 5. You look for the 100-metre board on the left, hit the brakes. So hit that apex, that mid-corner, curbing on the inside, so just hit that apex mid-corner. Get a nice clean exit yet again. Corner 6 is just a little lift. So hard brakes, hard turn, sorry. Definitely want to brake, just a lift into corner number 7. Slow down in a nice straight line, using the outside there, opening up the corner, and then come down towards the final turn. Braking about 60 metres in, not cutting too much on the inside, as that does invalidate your lap. And good lap there from M-Power as always, and comes over the line. So it'll be interesting to see how they can beat him this evening. So it's going to be very, very hard to live with them. Visa, hello, they're on board with you at the moment, as you can see. And yeah, you're going to do what you can, I'm sure, to show them what you can do. But yeah, it's going to be hard to compete with M-Power tonight, unless he does that in the race, which is fairly unlikely, but you never know. So who else is out on the circuit still? In the bag, Bud in 4th. Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, it's not trying to push too hard to catch him, it's just managing your own pace and doing what you can do. And I mean, Empower is insanely quick. He's been insanely quick for a good few years, and yes. I think, yeah, doing your own pace, making sure your own race goes okay, and what happens from there, what happens. I quite like this league, the fact that you get so many non-British flags on the left. You know, a couple of German flags, Austrian, Dutch, Croatian, American, Polish, another Dutch, Serbian, Swedish, Romanian. Love that. Absolutely love it. Very continental feel. We've obviously got the American flag as well. So we did have a friend from over the pond, Brandon Leach. Good to see him back tonight. So we should have 17 or 18, I think, in the end tonight. In the back, but just losing it around the final corner on that curb on the outside. Gets it turned round and it'll get going again. So hopefully that won't happen in the race. That is what practice is for. If it's going to happen, hopefully for them it happens in practice. Best time for it, to be honest. Psycho Mazzo. Good to see him again. Seeing how he fares this evening. The Swedish driver. Very fetching livery there. So a few of them in a little bit of a pack here. So 3 races as always, qualifying for race number 1 and then just reversed top 8 for races number 2 and 3. Still not doing very well on the illness front. Last night was not good after the stream. Got through the stream and then, yeah, I fell hard. Oh dear, just yeah. I did what they're doing, crashing. I crashed hard. No, nothing's as good as that. Don't sully the name. Also, hello fish. But yeah, so hopefully we'll do my best to get through. Oh dear, Sacha Rupel having a bit of a nightmare as well. A few of them getting a bit of a flick on the car, getting a bit aggressive with it. But if that gets them round, I've been sick for a couple of weeks now, nearly a week and a half, 2 weeks. So into 10-minute qualifying. So I'll be there always. Hopefully, as I said, 3 races tonight. What I'd like to do is at least, I mean, ideally get the whole thing. All 3 races would be amazing. But at the very least, if I can get the first 2 in. But we'll get started and we'll see how the night goes. So I went downhill very, very quick last night. Started feeling horrendous just after stream, and then once I came offline entirely, I'm sick fam. I can't even say fam and make it sound street or whatever you. I don't know. I'm a grown man. I'm an old fart, all right. A poorly old fart at that. Yeah. Kids today, eh? They don't know they're born. They don't know they're born. So yeah, Empower, I think everyone's picked probably for pole. So no one can complain that the straight here is not wide enough. One of those motorway highways in sort of 8 lane. What was it in China? I think it was on Top Gear a few years ago. We've got 8 lanes either side. So you've got like 16 or 20 lanes. Absolutely mad. I know, yeah. I don't even think to say fam. I'm like, oh yeah, could say that. But I'm not your family. What are you saying now? Oh dear. I really do not have a clue. Yeah, that's kind of the point, is like you say. So then, let's see how they start bumping those times in. On to hot laps now then. We've got Dennis Deutsch on the lap as well. We've got Giacoli pushing, so they're all coming around to start the next first hot laps. We'll see what time Empower does. We know it's going to be fast. It's going to. I mean, it'd be amazing if he ended up not being the quickest driver in quali, but as I said, his pace in this car is pretty unbelievable. He's able to get something out of this car that other people aren't. You just have to take a few risks that are, well, inherently risky. No, there's. You've got to be a bit careful with this car. There's a few points you can invalidate a lap round here as well. So you have to be a little bit careful. And we have seen he isn't completely immune to a mistake. So he's very, very quick. We saw when he raced Harry Webb and Bo Dixon in previous DTM seasons and the like. They're just all absolutely rapid on just another level. Because hopefully we'll see Harry Webb. We will see Harry Webb back amongst it. Unfortunately, not been near his rig since the start of lockdown. Hasn't been living elsewhere. Unfortunately, away from rigs. So yeah, that's why we haven't seen him on circuit. But I'm sure he will be back amongst it as soon as he is back on that rig. It'll be amazing to see him back in the races. So 1:23.042. So there's a fair bit of margin still in that. Brandon Leach just coming over the line. Pops it in third. Zvonimir Burek sitting in second. Sasha Rupel takes that spot now. 1.1 back from Empower. So Empower's got another half a second in that, maybe more. Darryl Wright and Martin Webb coming over the line as well. So Martin Webb can't complain, but he doesn't like the tracks. He's the one who picked them. He's got no excuse. Dennis Deutsch within the second of Empower's time then. Not bad from him there. Oh, dearie dear. That looked like that hurt. So that, I was feeling a bit concussed after that. So gets his car out of the way. But he knew about that then. Someone's a bit dizzy. So Sasha Rupel up in third at the moment. A few tenths behind Dennis Deutsch. Currently in second spot. The two Germans behind the Austrian on the podium positions at the moment for this qualifying session. Reminder, this is the only qualifying we have this evening. Races 2 and 3 are just run with the positions formed from the previous races results, but with the top 8 reversed. So still another 5 or 6 drivers not to have set a valid time. So that last corner specifically, it's not a case of just keep 2 tyres inside the white line. I think actually it can be a bit harsh if you take a little bit too much liberty with that. Brandon Leach into the top 3. Good time from him. Sasha Rupel does not go any quicker. Zamfir Radu currently in 10th. Car right in behind him. So the remaining then, yeah, sitting in 11th now, so popped down 1 position, but pushing it down to the line. No improvement from him then. Empower still going strong. 1:22.953, still his best time again, and we know he can improve on that. Evening Baz, evening fella. How are you doing, sir? Good to see you. Very well driven last night, may I say. Absolutely superb stuff. Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good day so far. Friday evening. A bit of the weekend to look forward to. I say the weekend to look forward to. It's not like we can do anything with it nowadays, is it? Yeah, oh man, you're absolutely mega. Superb. Those well make everyone else making errors as well, and yeah, you drove an absolutely stupendous race. Evening notice, man. Cheers for the sub as always. 12 months now, 5 month streak. Awesome stuff. But yeah, that's bummed to hear you've been in hospital, dude. It's the story of your life. I know. Yeah, you don't like a boring life, do you? I thought of doing that as well, Empower, but they'll get my body and go, nah, you're fine. I mean, it needs to be working a little bit for us to use it. That's just knackered. Like taking my body to a hospital, it's like taking a pile of metal to a scrapyard and being like, "There's my car. I'll donate it for you to do research on." And they're like, "What car?" And it's effectively would feel the same. You want us to use that for science? What science? Do you think we're mad? Let's bring something that semi works, isn't it? Here and there. Yeah, I'm not very well at the moment, but I can't really say I'm ill on your level. Mine's just I've had something in my system, but so it's not that. It's not, the obvious thing. Oh, car in the background having a bit of a moment. Not good. Empower still out on the provisional pole. So first out of the 18 drivers. So everyone here tonight. Good stuff. Yeah. Oh man. Hey, maybe that's the way. Maybe that's what we should be doing. Maybe that's the way to fix ourselves. The more titanium and stuff there is in me, the less bits of body I've got that weren't working in the first place. I've been thinking about this. Oh, Rupel up to second. Just under 7 tenths off of pole. 2.5 minutes still to go. Yeah, man. We've got to be grateful, haven't we? There are still always people that have got it worse. And no, you've got a great attitude, man. I say that every time you're here, but yeah, you've got a wonderful attitude. So fair play to you, dude. So it's our pleasure having you in, man. Absolutely my pleasure. Deutsch then within just under half a second, well, just over 4/10 back from Empower. 1:23.373 is current best time in second. Alright, still in 11th. Zyko Madzo then coming through the final 10. Currently sitting in 16th, 2.1 behind Empower. Yeah, there's people that have got it, and a lot of people, especially this year, have got it much, much worse. So you have to, I know what you mean, you have to be grateful. You absolutely have to try and be grateful. Doesn't mean you can't think, this sucks sometimes. You absolutely have to have your moments of a little bit of self-wallow, a bit of self-pity and wallowing. Now and like for very small periods of time, and then it's like, right, pick myself up, go again, and appreciate what we do have. So absolutely, man. But yeah, I think sometimes that's easier to feel like that once you have suffered a little bit, isn't it? It's especially for health stuff. So I've been like that since before I was a teenager. So you get very introspective when life goes at you like that. You learn a lot about yourself and psychology and stuff like that, don't you? Evening, Zvonimir. Hello, sir. Gareth popping up into fourth then, 3/4 of a second back. Dennis Deutsch, pretty close to Empower's times. That's very interesting. Where is Empower at the moment? So still out on circuit. That's not improved on that 22.9. Don't think he's sandbagging, but they're getting awfully close. He's going to have to start being a little bit careful. Yeah, it becomes normal, doesn't it? Like your own normal. No, that feels, man. Which is good and bad in a way. It's easy to forget that actually things can be not like that all the time. So there we go then. So a few drivers, I think, just about missing out on setting a lap. Will they actually get set times? You might see a couple of times move. There we go. Bit annoying it pops up the time so early. Wish it would wait, but there we go. Empower with pole position, 1:22.953. Dennis Deutsch and Alexander Kruk, the Russian, coming through second and third. Kruk only just ahead of Sasha Rupel in fourth. Conor Garrett in fifth, or Zanvlier popping up into sixth then. So a few drivers still setting times while the time board comes up. And I've got nothing to do with this, by the way. Unless I turn it off completely, which is a bit annoying because we'd like to see the results. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's amazing, isn't it, Fish? I wish I could be like that. Good luck, Zvonimir. Evening, Mr. Smith. Hello, Smudge. How is one? God, I couldn't have sounded more southern posh boy in Britain, could I, there, if I'd have tried? What, mate? This is more how I'd normally speak. Not my phone voice. I don't have my phone voice. Swedes make some weird tracks. Evening, Sam. Yep, not wrong. Absolutely not wrong. I am awesome. Absolutely awesome. I don't say it. You made me so conscious of that now. I'm like, do I say that? Do I? So here we go then. Red lights are all up. 15 minutes. Race number 1. And they are away. Empower on the left-hand side of the screen gets a good start then. Dennis Deutsch in the black BMW just behind him with Kruk alongside. It's a good start from Empower. Gets a fair good break early on coming into the first couple of corners. Kruk going a little bit wide. Car going on to the grass then. Conor Garrett in fourth. Takes a little bit of too much grass there. Not quite how we'd like to have took that corner, but keeps it facing in the right direction. So coming through to the chicane. There was a blue car in the background. I think that might be Zam. That might be Zamfir. It is. So he's had a bit of a moment. He's had to rejoin. Martin Webb and Zyko Madzo just in front, having a good old fight. Got Shaw's Van Zanvlier. So let me know if this game is a bit loud. It's an interesting track here. The cameras are far away and then very, very, very close. So it's a bit louder than normal. I'll turn it down a bit. Let me know if it's too quiet. But I'm going deaf, put it that way. Yeah, agreed, Lotus. Agreed, man. You control. Yeah, think about the things you can control and don't waste your energy on the things you can't. 100%. We sound like people who have had similar Similar to Charles and Tribulate. Well, you've had things much worse than me, but yeah, gives you that kind of outlook, doesn't it, for sure. So, end of lap number 1. Empower lead him less than a second though, so Dennis Deutsch looking strong tonight. Maybe Empower will not have it all his own way. Kruk still sitting in 3rd. Garrett and Rupel behind him. Zanvliet still on board with. Brandon Lynch having a bit of a look in that resplendent red and white livery. Beautiful looking thing. Yeah, it's alright. My ears don't work at the moment anyways. Well, the rest of me. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, eyes, ears, mouth. No, it's just going through all the things on me that are broke. Just a list of my medical ailments, not a song. So Brandon has got a Kosovan right in behind him. Mr. Visage Shakoli looking down the inside. Little nudge. I said it is the widest straight on planet Earth, I think, so they should have enough room for both of them. And Brandon doesn't file it too much. It'll slot in behind. Got in the bag, Bud, and Kobelecki right in behind him. Got on board with Sasha Rupel though. Currently sitting in 5th, has a Garage and a Zanvliet to sandwich him in that splendid black livery. So all the bit of a wiggle in the background there for Brandon Leach. That's going to lose him some positions. Definitely 2 in the bag, Bud. A little bit of a touch with the car alongside. Hopefully they'll give each other enough room. It does look like they do. Like a 6'4" science experiment. I'll have you know. Thank you very much. Come on, Fish. Got my height right. Not a very good science experiment. Like one of those ones that doesn't quite go right because people didn't quite follow the instructions. Oh, I thought you said put that there and then it'll... Ah, sorry. Oh, well, it's done it now. Here's what it is. So, Kobelecki back in 9th. Just behind in the bag, Bud. And still got Brandon Leach, who we saw that had that little wiggle earlier on. Lost him a hell of a lot of momentum. Just at the wrong place on circuit. Has dropped him back a bit. Yeah, you can't. 100%. I know what you mean, man. It's difficult, isn't it? Unless someone genuinely... Like, I'd never say, oh, I understand what you're going to, because I don't. Because oh, you've got things much worse than me, you know. I can't complain. I think sometimes that makes it worse, trying to say to people, oh, yeah, we understand. It's like, no, we don't. We don't understand, but we're here for you. Like, that's all they can do. Be like, if you need to get stuff off your chest, if you need to rant and rave and stuff, then to be there. Difficult. It's difficult. Sometimes more difficult for others, I suppose, not knowing quite what to do. Oh, car from the background. Is it going to spin? No, he's held that well. So I think that was rolling thunder. We'll go back on board with Zanvliet. Yeah, I know how that feels, man. 20 years of that. Know the pain exactly. Gates Pog. What a name. Thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're well. Sorry about the philosophical twaddle that is going on while there's a race. That's where we do commentate sometimes. Yeah, it's a difficult... It's a tough one, isn't it? Like, depends what you're... It's when they say, oh yeah, I know what that's like. It's like, that's when I'm... If they say, oh, I understand, man, or kind of they empathise, I can get that. But like you said, it's a difficult one because everyone's personal, isn't it? So someone's minor problem, it feels massive to them, even though it might feel minor compared to your own. It's like... the human psyche, it's a complicated thing. And that's why it's fascinating to talk about. Yeah, oh, 100%. I'm glad you don't mind, Gates. We're not that philosophical normally. It's only when Lotus turns up. He's a very deep thinking man, you see. Sasha then having a go on Connor. Connor, I think, is going to have left the door open a little bit too far then, but it's still going to have an inside line if he stays on track, that is. Oh, God, he's used all of the circuit there. It's that apex on the right, though, and still has the inside line come around the long right-hander. So quite well handled then. Do we had to have the that inside line further round. He took advantage of it on Rupel. Yeah, he lost that early. That looked like he was going very, very early on. And that's going to lose him an absolute truckload of positions. It's not going to be the easiest place to rejoin at either. On the car behind him. That's actually quite a good rejoin. That's not too bad at all. Oh, Martin Webb though has got caught out there. Has turned up into the back of a slightly slow Sacha Rupel. He's put a foot down just at the wrong moment and unsettled the car. It's unfortunate, Martin. Unlucky. Yeah, oh, so am I, Adam. Oh, man. Yeah, so looking for this game was getting deep. Fish is a very philosophical fellow as well. Yeah, it's good to see you, Adam. It's a shame you're not racing, but yeah, Silverstone next week. Looking forward to that. Never done Silverstone on Race Room, I don't think. So rather looking forward to that. So M-Power. So driving very well, but not dominating in quite the way I thought he would. So Deutsch really holding on quite nicely tonight. So it's around 2 seconds a gap, but we've seen M-Power be 3/4 of a second a lap quicker than everyone a couple of times in this championship. So yeah, he's keeping a leash on him nicely. Do like his team name, Bonk Motorsport. I don't know if that's the real team. It's amazing if so. Trying to name your team, what do you want to call it? Bonk. Yeah, right, we'll just write that down. That'll do. It's like, no, I was joking. Sorry, I've already hit send. It's gone. That's your team name. Oh. Yeah, not too bad there. 1.7 seconds. So it's keeping him in his sights. Alexander Kruk, fair way back. Another, 2.2 seconds. And they've got a 5-second gap back to Conor Garrett. All of them coming down the world's longest straight. I mean, that looks more like an airfield, doesn't it? It's just a big old car park. But we've got Garrett, Sandvliet and Giacoli. All very close to each other. 4th, 5th and 6th. Kobalecki another 2 seconds behind. Still within the bag, but right behind him. So you see, quite a few of the drivers actually getting more and more confident with this car as the season goes on. Maybe asking M-Power for a few tips. I don't know. I'm sure M-Power would help as well. He's the sort of guy that does like to help others. So it gives us those little hot laps before the before qualifying starts. A little run through of the track, especially as a lot of the circuits are unique to Race Room. Not next week, obviously. Silverstone, nice, a circuit that I actually know for once. It's a nice change. We normally turn up to a circuit and I haven't ever heard of it before. So M-Power very much, his help on that very much appreciated. These are having a look then. Zanvliet, but nothing doing as of yet. We're getting through that little chicane nicely. Those tyre bollards do not want to smack. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, oh, we started on Xbox. A lot of us PC, still do Xbox, PS4 stuff as well. Yeah, the choice you get on PC is pretty mad. I mean, looks like I could get very close there. I thought Vizar was going to make a little bit of contact. He still might do. Very, very close to the back of Zanvliet. So it's yours, Van Zanvliet. The other Zanvliet, Sam, I think is possibly out of the race. Hopefully he's still going on. I think he might be continuing, but he's dropped to the back, unfortunately. Oh, I don't mind Silverstone International, actually. I like all three layouts. I mean, you do the full layout in these, Adam, we'd be there for about 3 weeks. We would see a lap eventually. Oh, a little nudge there maybe. But they're all still nice and close, so didn't get away too much. A little bit of car contact for the two in the background. They'll hopefully separate from each other. There is enough room for both of them. So Conor Garrett up into 4th then. Zanvliet down to 6th. Vizar in that sandwich yet again. So the rear car of the 3 of them. Awesome. Oh damn it, I said it, smudge. God damn it. Yeah, so these really good camera angle. Do love this. Sense of speed, oh dear. I say sense of speed as long as we can see something. Now that's close. That's very, very close. We can do. I think if we get any closer, we could probably carry out a full MOT from there. Ah, you're taking part in that, Gates. Oh, sweet. Yeah. That'd be very cool. Oh, a little bit of late braking. There might have been a little bit of contact from Shores there on Visa, but they both got out of it nicely. But Kobalecki and in the bag bud catching up very quickly. So this fight becoming a bit of a 5-way battle. Awesome count. 1. That one doesn't count, by the way. I was just reading out what you said. So don't you dare put 2. Just means you're going to put 2 now, doesn't it? But no, I like Silverstone International. I hope you enjoy that, Gates. You're looking to get a PC pretty shortly then. Said with iRacing, just save all of your money. I don't know how old you are, if you work or it's pocket money. I have no idea. But yeah, just save all of it. But there's so much. Race Room, Automobilista 2, ACC, just the original AC. Got an amazing amount of modded content. We might have something coming up a little bit shortly for that. A little mini championship, one evening championship. That'd be awesome. I know Mr. Fish is very much looking forward to that if it goes ahead, which I very much hope it does on the original Assetto Corsa. So 3 minutes to go then. Empower still leading the way. So lead of about 2.9 seconds. Car off in the background. So who was that? That was... I think that was... No, I can't seem to click on him. It won't go to him. Yeah, it was in the bag, bud. So he's dropped down to 10th then. So easy mistake to make. I've seen a few go off there in practice. 2. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Never played it. I've never played it, Lotus. To be truthful, you're going to do awful, but any practice is a good practice. Oh, 100%. Oh, there he goes off then. So people making mistakes left, right, and centre. There's another position for him. So Rupel then. Behind Shilstratton in the bag, bud now. Down in 11th spot. So still picking up points. Points down to 16th in this championship. Fair play, man. Yeah, it's not bad. Getting started on Xbox and practicing with those guys. Always healthy. Keen as a bean. 100%. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. But no, I've never played Project Cars 3, unfortunately. Like, it's just not... Like many people, it's not aimed at me, really. And we won't be able to do leagues on it. A lot of places aren't. So all the places that did leagues on Project Cars 2, even on console, it's not really geared towards that, unfortunately. It's a bit of a shame. I mean, our logo's in the game, that's cool. I like that, but yeah, it's not for us at the moment, unfortunately. So Project Cars 2 still going pretty strong, so I can't complain too much. So 1 minute 30 seconds remaining. Empower still going strong in the lead. Couple with him briefly. So leading by about 2.5 seconds. Dennis Deutsch trying to keep him honest. These two fairly clear of the rest. Still setting some really consistent laps. It's about 4.5 seconds himself clear of Kruk, the Russian, in third, and there's nearly a 10-second gap back to Conor Garrett in fourth, and that's where a lot of the fighting starts. And you look at that, you've got Vizar Jacoli, you've got Shores van Zanvliet, and then Lucas Kobalecki. They're very close behind him. So fourth down to 7th. Still a bit of a fight going on. This is Vonomir Burek out the back. First time on this circuit, so not doing too badly at all. Let's go a little bit further back. We'll see how Darryl Wright is faring. Down in 14th at the moment. It's got Rolling Thunder just a little bit up the road. You can see Zyko Mazzo just behind him. Where are we going about that pizza to stopping in the year? That will be beyond stupid if they do that. Considering I know that a lot of people are still playing it. That would be utterly mad. It would be a shame. I wouldn't be surprised, but that's a bit quick. 6 months after the new game comes out? That's much too soon. Unless it's for like weird licensing reasons or anything, that would be utterly balmy. But hey, we'll see. Kind of, I mean, although generations are like 6, 7, 8 years, which is like the amount of updates you do on a PC in that time. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but they're not going to. Yeah, but that's not going to work, Fish. I mean, we all know that, don't we? People who haven't bought Project Cars 3 aren't going to buy it because the servers stop. I don't think. I might be wrong. They've got more money than I have, so they've probably got a slightly better business brain than moi. So Empower then, superb race from him. We'll go down board with this fight though. Coming over the line. Zanvliet. Oh, I really hate the way that it's like they come over the line. So Empower winning by a fair stretch in the end. But Dennis Deutsch, Kruk with the podium. Conor Garrett, Jacoli, Zanvliet, Kobalecki. I think we might have had. Hang on, let me just double check. I think we may have had someone. No, it's all good. No, so it is in the bag, bud. Then starting on pole. The streaming tool bugged out like you wouldn't believe this. Then I think it chucked half the drivers out. I thought half of them was quit too early, but no, they're all good. Sorted itself out. So yes, in the bag, bud. Then taking the pole spot for race number 2 with that 8th place finish. You won't mind that too much, but Empower Yeah, it's going to be hard to get anywhere near with that kind of pace. So 1:22.9 he ended the race with, which is astonishing pace. 1:22.582 though. Takes the race win by 2.8 seconds. So pretty good driving from Deutsch. Keeps him keen, keeps him honest. Any mistakes there from Empower, he may have struggled. But he held on. Drove a pretty faultless race. So 22.7 from Dennis Deutsch. Very strong lap time. So most drivers in the 24s, 25s, but those in 23 and higher are often the first sort of 7 or 8 on circuit. Rolling roadblock coming up. Yeah, so it's my tactic, man. My tactic, 100%. So yes, Baz, that is Sam Zandvliet is the one further down, and then the other one is Shores van Zandvliet. So same surname, pretty sure. I'm going to assume they're brothers. And one just didn't put Van in their name. Black Friday sale, as you can see there as well. If you haven't got Race Room and all its content, I think you can buy the premium pack, like it says there, 7,500 VRP. It's like their own currency, and I think that buys everything in the game. So I think it's about 45-50 euro. Gets everything. So well worth doing, I think, if you're into that. I had it in race last week and it was into. He's like, I don't want this. I do not want this. I didn't ask for this. Please put me in 9th. I think so. I mean, that might not be his brother. That is a strong assumption from my part. I may not for the first time be talking out of my backside. So we'll see. So then we'll get in there. Get ready. I'll ask him after the race. Yeah. I think it is. I mean, it'd be weird if they weren't related, let's be honest. They've never raced in OTL before until this season, and suddenly, both. So I'm assuming. I know they race, I think they're racing in the ACR League as well, don't they? Baz, I'm pretty sure. I think I've seen Shores. So I'm assuming Sam probably does too. That's a good start. So Sam, that is a one way to exit the pits. Look at that, that's dramatic. I don't know how he's done that. He was going backwards before he got past the pit wall. Unbelievable effort then. So running fun to do like the livery he's got going there. Yeah, in WTCR, yeah, I thought so. Oh, Jay Middleton then. Let's go with him as well. I do like the liveries you get with these cards. There's a few duplicates, as there are only so many the game gives you. All looking good, so will that checker flag come up on practice very quickly? Unless everyone's already in the server then. I think everyone is pretty much in, so that's good stuff. They've got in very quickly. So the last few dregs of practice and then we'll be into race number 2. So reverse top 8 and then everyone else starting where they finished the first race. There we go then. 1 minute ready up time, everyone to get gridded up, and then we are off and away. So any of you got anything interesting planned for the weekend? Within what you're allowed in your country, of course, which for most of us isn't very much. There's still some racing going on. So many communities out there. There's always somewhere to have a bit of fun and have a good race. So there we go then. So in the bag, bud. Starting on pole, red and black BMW there on the left of screen. And they are off. And it gets a good launch. Kobalecki on the left-hand side of the circuit. It's going to get caught there by Van Zandvliet. Around turn number 1 in the bag, bud. Getting a really good start there, holding on to that top spot. Feeds Archicoli down in 4th, just behind Kobalecki. Kobalecki trying to hold on to that top 3. Oh, Lucas just going a little bit wide and he gets mugged at the right-hander. Oh, Kobalecki having a few mistakes here early on. He's going to have to sneak through near that tyre wall. Hopefully he finds a space. I think he did so just about nicely. So Conor Garrett in 4th, always in and around a good fight further forward. This is Mantorp Park Long. It's a Swedish circuit. Good Lord, those cars are loud when they're all near each other. It's a great racket, but it's a racket. Sandfleet. Damn it, that's what I was saying last week. I heard it say in that other stream, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I was getting it wrong. As it turns out, he's getting it wrong. I was getting it right. Drat. Sandfleet. It's exactly how I was saying it last week. Oh, a little bit of a touch. Well, I say a little bit of a touch. It's a bit of a murder. And I think that white car maybe could have just held off a little bit there, kept his foot in it, and that turned Conor around, unfortunately. That's rescued it quite nicely. He's lost a few positions, but actually, with 15 minutes still, with a 15-minute race and we're only a minute and a half in, he's got a fair bit of time. Yes, sir, that's the Dutch pronunciation. Okay, so Sandfleet. Schwarz Sandfleet. Damn it, yeah, I was getting it right the first time. Darn it, should have believed in myself. Come on, Matt, have some confidence. So Conor trying to make good now on a few positions that he's going to need to catch him. Again, if he wants to fight for those top 4 or 5 positions, he's going to need to go about it a bit quickly. So let's go on board with Sandfleet. So up in 2nd. In the bag, Bud still holding on. Empower up to 6th from his 8th place start. So it's a very different battle for him, races number 2 and 3. Especially race number 2 if he wins race 1. Having to fight his way through. Very, very different proposition. So it wasn't as clear away in terms of pace in race 1 as I thought he may be. I think the other guys are going to catch him up in terms of pace. Oh no, and we've had an off, and I think that was your original leader. So they're in the bag, Bud. Oh, and that's a horrible place. He's going to have to sit there, and I mean that's everybody he's going to have to wait to go past, apart from maybe the last 2 drivers. Yeah, so he's basically done. I think even then, I think he might be letting the last 2 pass. So hopefully he gets going again. Who else was caught up in that? So Zandvliet was here. Not sure who else had got caught up with him there. That's a crying shame. That's a massive shame. So I think he may be done then. Has he got going again? Kind of, but straight into the pit. So I think that might be him, unfortunately. So Dennis Deutsch in 2nd. So they're always close to each other in this first race. These 2 black beamers nice and close again in race number 2. So there's a damaged car we saw going wide left there. Quite sure who that was. We'll find out in a minute. That might be the car that in the Bagbud had his moment with, unfortunately. But only half a second between the top 2. Kobalecki in 4th already. Now though, Empower has made his way through. So he's pushing on now, trying to catch those leading pair. Brandon Leach also Empower's. So Empower might have been one of the cars that had a bit of an impact then. You can see his car has took a crunch. Yeah, look at that. That's not factory. It definitely did not come out of the showroom looking like that. And if it did, I hope it got a good, very good discount. But it seems to be driving okay, which is all that matters. We've got Alexander Krug, I think, as well. So yeah, he's had it all day. That's a big off. So a few drivers struggling at the same corner here. I see in the back who he's hiding. He's ashamed. He's not very happy. Sitting behind the box. It's like, I don't want to look at the camera. So that's a shame. Hopefully a better race number 3 for him. We'll be starting towards the back. They're pretty fun around certain circuits. Hopefully you've got with your new equipment, Joe. Possibly get involved next season. Not sure what the next season will be, but I don't know. Hopefully, it depends if you like race from. Some do, some don't. But see what we pick, see what we announce, and then I mean, at the moment you can buy the game and all content for like 45, 50 quid. I think it's about 40, 45 quid. You just buy the virtual credits. You buy the premium pack, which is heavily discounted at the moment, and then you use that to buy all of the content, and you have some left over, annoyingly. Oh, a little bit of a touch there. So Empower right on the back of these 2. So they're going to have to push here. Empower is going to fight, and he's going to fight pretty quickly. Saying that, he was going to fight pretty quickly. That's a bit of wall. So I think he's just got along the inside there. There's been a little tap on his on his front inside, and yeah, that's just sent him round. YOLO. So Empower still in third, but yeah, he's lost like 3.5, 4 seconds now. I'm sure if there's room, which there should be, I'm sure, yeah, if you two wanted to race, I'm sure Martin's fine. It's not exactly like you two need assessment. Although I've seen some things from Joe on ACC that were questionable. Silverstone International next week, actually, Joe. Not a mad circuit you've never driven. Yes, I'm going to assume that in the bag probably didn't lose it himself by the looks of things, but wasn't sure. There was a few dented bonnets, so I can't quite tell who hit who. But we'll have a look afterwards. Maybe it's obviously report if needed. Always that. No, I did not. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, send a report in bag, but if you want to, of course, so we can look at it if so. Hand out any penalties for some naughty driving. So Deutsch and Sandvliet, I nearly said the fancy pronunciation again, Sandvliet. Still toe to toe here. A fair big gap back now to Empower, but he's still not lost much time. So we're only halfway through this race. And Kobalecki and Leach just behind him. Let's go back on board with Sasha Rupel. So still a bit of a train in the mid-pack. So that starts with Shikoli. You've got Conor Garrett, Shilstra, Darrell Wright, on to Sasha Rupel here. Just behind Wright, as you can see. And then you've got Sam Zandvliet. And just behind him, another couple of seconds back to the black and yellow car of Martin Webb as well. Well, it does. It helps us stop people driving like idiots. If people are doing stupid stuff. Rupel using all of the road. Don't think he really wanted to go that far wide, but hey ho, at least it's there, I suppose. He's turned it into his own little Paul Ricard. But yeah, it stops us, reporting people if they're doing stupid things means they get punished for doing stupid things. Obviously, your race is screwed, but it means we stop people from screwing other people's races as well. It's the only way we can try and improve driving standards, of course. It's up to you. So 6.5 minutes to go then. Side by side. So coming down the straight. Darrell Wright still just holding them off at Zandvliet and Rupel. Rupel going to try and go around the long way, try and hold on to his position. We'll have the inside lines into the next turn if he is able to keep it in front by enough. Yep, and that's what we saw Conor Garrett do a little bit earlier on. He should be able to hold that line all the way around, and he does do. And actually, Zandvliet goes off into the gravel. So he's going to lose a few positions through that. Yeah, it's down to 14th now then. Drops in behind Zvonimir Burek. So it's still close enough in that mid-pack that a mistake costs you. Struggling with that corner, as you can see, though. But yeah, that's what the incident reporting's there for. Obviously, so it's not a hassle to us. It's we want good racing, clean racing here, and when it doesn't happen, most especially if it's accidental, and then it's like it's not as bad. But if it's especially people are dive bombing and doing stupid stuff that's killing other people's races, we don't want people wasting their time and being murdered. Dennis Deutsch going up the inside of Zandvliet. Bit of rubbing his racing then, coming down the straight, trying to give each other a little bit of a squeeze. Dennis Deutsch trying to go down the inside. I think he makes the move. Very nice driving there by the German. So up into the lead with just under 5 minutes remaining now. So Van Zandvliet now is going to be the hunter. He will try and be all over him like a hawk. So I need to make sure he can keep close enough to keep him honest though. Does not want to let him get away. Empower just behind him as well. So he's going to have to start defending shortly if he's not careful. So a couple of very different lines there, and that has not worked out. That has not worked out at all for Van Zandvliet. Might just have enough of a gap before Kobalecki comes round. Well, Kobalecki has so much more momentum though, so he's going to lose another spot possibly here. Maybe unless he just holds on to that inside line. Well, he does, so we'll just keep it in third. It's quite important there, otherwise he may have had a hard time with Brandon Leach and Kobalecki there. So he's able to keep those behind, so maybe he can push on. But he's now 5.5 seconds back from Empower, so unlikely to figure in that fight in this race. Let's go back on board with the leaders though. So you can see front two, Empower, just behind Dennis Deutsch, swapped order from race number 1. So can Deutsch hold him off? Hopefully I'm getting his name sort of vaguely correct. No one's corrected me so far, but we'll one day I'll find out. So just over 3 minutes to go. So really getting very, very close to that tyre barrier, but missing it, which is the important thing. Get as close as you like, as long as you don't hit it. So Kobalecki in the background alongside Brandon Leach. Leach just having the run on him then, so he'll slot him behind. So Leach up to 4th. Kobalecki trying to go the long way round. Leach holding that inside line. And holding it nicely. It's a good driving there, good defensive driving. So you need to make sure he keeps it nice and smooth, keep the momentum. Otherwise Kobalecki will have, I'm sure, no doubt in trying to make a move. Trying to get past. Both of them driving very nicely so far. Back on board with the leader then, but for how much longer? Empower looks like he has got alongside. Got a good drive out of the final turn, and I think he's got the momentum coming down to turn 1. So both are very, very close, bumper to bumper. Empower taking the lead then with just 2 minutes to go, so Dennis Deutsch is now going to have to try and attack, try and stay close enough to attack, but not push too hard and make mistakes. You do that, Empower's gone. So you'll be very careful now. You have to drive pretty much impeccably here and hope that Empower makes a mistake. And Empower doesn't, you know, he's not completely immune to making a mistake. We have seen them. They're just not very common. Just a minute and 40 to go. These are your lead pair. What can Deutsch do then? Have to try and play on Empower's mind here. Try and play psychological games. Hugs that corner beautifully. Very nice, but Empower still gets good momentum, so it hasn't really helped him gain anything. I can't be a bit of Nürburgring. I'm not the massive. I'm not a massive fan of it. But that's probably because I'm rubbish at it. Haven't done it enough. I'm sure I'd get, like everyone else, I'd go mad if I got really properly into it. Get addicted to try and go quick around there. You watch someone like Sharpie drive around there. It's insane. I wouldn't be within a minute of him around that circuit. Well, I'll probably be further away than that, to be honest. So your lead 2 then, still very close. Van Zandvliet sitting in 3rd. Leach and Kobalecki just behind him. Vizar Shikoli another couple of seconds back. So what Sasha? Oh, no, it's not Sasha Ripple. Dennis Deutsch then, sorry, in 2nd. When you click on Sasha Ripple, and his car moved. There we go then. So Rupel still in a fight then. It's in 11th. He's got Martin Webb just ahead of him. It's Volodymyr Burek, and currently car at the front of this queue, Darrell Wright, will take pole position in the next race if it stays like this. Brandon Leach having a look then, and outside of Kobalecki they've got Zandvliet just in front. All spreads out towards the right-hander, all forming an orderly queue. Let's go back on board with the leader though. So Dennis Deutsch hasn't dropped off too far, still about half a second back, but just not really able to do anything about it. And yeah, he's just coming round the final corner. He'll hope to see a spinning beamer in front of him. He doesn't know. So superb drive from both of them, Empower and Dennis Deutsch. 1st and 2nd, great win from Empower there, well done. So these two clearly the best drivers around this track we have tonight. Oh, and there's a spin at the last corner. Oh no, not from Brandon Leach. He's got to get that back out and get that to the line quickly. He's driven very well. That's such a shame if he loses any more places. So Van Zandvliet gets the podium finish in third. Kopelecki fourth. Visage Akoli in fifth. Baz Silstra does get past Leach on the line. This is massive shame for him. So Leach drops down into sixth. Darrell Wright comes home in seventh. Did we lose someone from top 5 or 6 again? Better than my time. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Gates. I think I may be worse. I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't definitely take that as a certainty. So yeah, if it's they have finished like this, then that would mean Martin Webb taking taking pole for race number 3. I think Dennis Deutsch. So where did Dennis Deutsch go? Put his car down in 15th for a second there, but back up to second. So who is? Yeah, so it is Darrell Wright. Good old race for him. You do? Yeah, no, they're good. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Ask Fish. He'll put you in. I'm sure. There's room. So Empower, solid win there by less than a second though. Dennis Deutsch driving really, really well tonight. So it's the Bonk Motorsport is a real team by the looks of things then. Van Zandvliet coming home in third. Kopelecki fourth. Jacoli fifth. I hope Bonk Motorsport is a real team anyways. That's a team who doesn't care what they name things. They're a bit like you, Mr. Fish. They're a bit like you, sir. Yeah, no, so Martin Webb starts unfortunately in 9th, but Darrell Wright will start in pole position with Brandon Leach alongside him on the front row. And there we go, there's that offer again, just to remind you. So the premium pack is now only 7,499 VRP, and I believe you get, I think it's like 10,000 for 50 quid or something. So it's, yeah, you get the whole, and premium pack is all of the content. So I think it's worth a go. There's plenty of cracking cars in Race Room. If it's your kind of thing, obviously a free game to download, and you can do some of the free content first if you so wish. So we'll get into the final race very shortly. Sure, we didn't auto load in like the first race did into the second, but there we go. So yeah, just one more to go. But yeah, some good racing. So they look fun. These tracks are always a bit, little bit different. So I think this is the second. We've only done 3 rounds, and I think this is the second Swedish track. I think Knutstorp, the first round, might have been Swedish as well. We've got Silverstone International next week. You've got Twin Ring Motegi East Course, round number 5, and then the week before Christmas, the final round of the season is at Sonoma Raceway WTCC circuit. So that's going to be good. Looking forward to it already. So let's check the server is up. It is indeed. There we go. It's quite why it got kicked me out. Who knows? Let's get back in. Mr. Fish is a massive. There we go. Yes. And we're in. That advert's getting a lot of free airtime tonight. Eh? Not paying us enough. So there we go. I think pretty much everyone in again then. So Empower getting a little bit more practice time in. Trying to remember what his bonnet looks like when it's flat. Let's get some nice new shiny car again. But yeah, I mean these races again on Race Room they're superbly fun and competitive. A massive, if that's what you wanted me to say, then yes. I couldn't think of anything else. I have a terrible imagination. So I think most drivers with us already then. Hey, everyone enjoys the Jaguar on a Thursday night. Big purple and gold Jaguar, I think someone called it. Can't remember who that was. Might be one of the MSL guys, I think. Sort of thing they'd say, isn't it? Let's be honest. Driven superbly, so. I think we may have found the culprit. Obviously, don't talk about the crash actually in here, but it's nice to see, obviously, an apology. Definitely don't want any public lynchings. That Empower, I think he probably knows. Yeah, that's fair enough, man. That's fair enough. We all make mistakes. There we go then. So I think nearly everybody in the server. Just a few more. A few more seconds. A few more corners. Doesn't mean he doesn't hate you, but fair play. Visa. I mean, he hates you at the moment. I don't know. He might have hated you before. I've got no idea. Hopefully not. I do apologise if I go a little bit quiet at times in the final race. We'll do my best, but yeah, I know I've not been well because my throat starts going after about 45 minutes or an hour of streaming. It's a bit irritating, but there we go. Didn't feel like this until I was about 3.5, 4 hours into the 6-hour Monza race. Have him, yeah, just yeah, yeah, kill him. Yeah. Evening, Lega. Evening, sir. How are you, man? Just got home from work, or you've just woken up? Or both? Or neither, possibly. Always a possibility. So then, minutes ready up as always, and then the final 15-minute race. Doesn't take most of them very long to hop that thing straight onto the grid. And then we will be off and away very shortly. Oh right, priorities, eh, Leg? Hey, cheers for the support. We're at Mantorp Park Long. I might stop putting the circuit in the stream name because I don't think anyone reads it. So red lights are up. It's got with Darryl Wright at the front. Front left as always. Brandon Leach on the front row with him. Both get a good start then to race number 3. Yeah, again, all 3 races has got a really good launch. Getting to turns 2 and 3 nice and cleanly. Car going off onto the grass, so hopefully nice and cleanly. Bas Schilstra up in 4th. Got Van Zandvliet just behind him. Hopefully they can all find their way through without nerfing it into the tyres. So long train of cars still. We'll get them cleanly through the first half a lap or so. So loud coming down that straight. Absolutely alarmingly loud. Well, these cars, season 2, maybe. I mean, it's been pretty fun. You see WTCR done a lot and DTM done a lot, and we'll go back to those, I'm sure, pretty shortly. Haven't done DTM for a few seasons now, so inevitably I reckon we might go back towards those, but we'll see. I'm sure these will have a second season. These have been good fun so far, and hey, everyone's bought the content for this, so they've already got the car, and you know we can reuse a couple of tracks here and there. People won't mind, I'm sure, as long as we're clever about what tracks we put in, so people aren't having to buy packs tracks they probably haven't got already. We maybe pick ones that are in packs and stuff. So Schilstra, I'm going to look down the inside, outside, make my mind up. Of Visa gives a little bit of room, but Schilstra a little touch, but keeps it pointing in the right direction, just a little bit of a wiggle. So Leach and Wright driving nicely, so Wright losing that first spot, Leach up into the lead, but look, that's still a train of cars, 3 seconds covering the top 8. I was like, who the hell's Darryl when you spell it like that? Oh, you mean Darryl? Yeah, I got you. I was like, who's Darrell? Oh, Darryl. Oh, that roar. I don't know if that's quite as deafening to you as it is to me. I do hope not, but it's pretty mega. Lovely sounding vehicles. So Darryl Wright's got just the 2 cars in front of him. But look at that, an absolute train of cars behind him. little crunch. Very, very good close-up of the grille of a BMW 235i. You can see all these cars weaving about. Another little, yeah, it's very, very touring car reminiscent, this, isn't it? But race room's pretty good. I say its collision model on race room is pretty good, to be honest. It's pretty sympathetic. Well, that looks like it's going to go 3 wide. This is, it's giving me the heebie-jeebies. Hopefully nothing goes too really wrong there. Everyone looks like to get through. A little bit of a collision there between Darrell Wright and Shaw's Van Zandvliet. A little bit of scrub there. Oh no, that's going to send the car round. So who got caught up in that? Did they get through? So he's still spinning. Deary dear. Can't seem to get onto him. I think he's done then. Yeah, Shilstra decided that was him. But Dennis Deutsch having a bit of a nightmare as well for that corner. So we've seen so many spins at that corner, that right-hander onto the straight. So it's just an exit out of that previous chicane. People are just messing it up, like I said. Recon's here. Evening, evening both here. Evening Hawaiian. Evening Des. Nice to see you as always. So look at this. Great lead from Brendan then. Oh, saying that, that's very sideways. Oh, that's not the most efficient way of taking that corner. Definitely not the quickest. Might be exciting. I'm sure it does his blood pressure the world of good. It gets his eyeballs on stalks, but not the fastest way round, unfortunately. So there he loses the lead. Oh yeah, getting a bit scribbly again. So a couple of mistakes in just 2 or 3 turns. And Visa up to the lead of the race now then. Darrell Wright suffering a few poor corners of his own. He's now under attack from Van Zandvliet. Zandvliet up the inside. Darrell Wright will maybe have the inside into the line into the right-hander. Just about stayed alongside. Little tap on the rear. This is going to give M-Power a chance to come through. Martin Webb having a cracking race so far. Up in 6th. Oh, weird, that didn't come up. Nothing come up for me. Oh, cheers, man. Nothing. Stream ramps, nothing. Twitch, nothing. Weird. But you didn't have an OTL badge before that one, you do now. So very kind, thank you very much. Hugely appreciated. So Visa off in the lead then, 1.2 seconds. Brandon, still got a good gap, 1.8 back to Darrell Wright we're on board with now. They're still holding off M-Power, him and Zandvliet quite well. M-Power back in 5th, Martin Webb now on the rear of that pack. Still got Kobalecki and Rupel as well. Rupel a little bit far off, further off from Kobalecki. But they're all still in that fight. Sasha Rupel about another half a second back or so. Oh hello, there's a black and white car further forward having a bit of a, I think in Wales they call that a cwtch. So Martin Webb driving very nicely. I don't want to go in for too long though, because I'll give him commentator's curse and I'll feel very bad about that. Okay, there we go. I believed you, don't panic. It's just Twitch. I've had that with. Thank you very much, man. No, I subbed to someone else earlier and it didn't come up, so I had no idea what was going on. Apparently, you have to do the share message. Yeah. Sorry, I know, terrible sell out, aren't I? I apologise. Thank you ever so much. Also, cheers for the follow. Ooh, decapitation. Ooh, that's nasty. Nicely, I like the way you did your name, but yeah, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. So Visa driving off in the distance. These guys fighting. A little bit of rough and ready there. They will get through. So these two, look at this. Van Zandvliet. They make a move up the inside. Oh, that's going to have cost Darrell Wright heavily then. So he'll pop back behind. In front of Martin Webb, down into 4th now. Yeah, Jacoli's just getting away here now. 4-second lead. Look at that. And then you've got this absolute cluster of cars behind him. Oh, and the car, I mean, taking one of the widest lines I've ever seen at that final turn. I think that might have been Madzo, the Swedish driver. Down in 12th now. Yeah, you're all heroes in my eyes. Well, not all of you. I've got to give myself a little bit of room. Don't want to pretend you're all nice. I love you all, really. Just in my own way. And I'm not winking at you, my right eye has still got a twitch in my right eye. Funny because it's true. So Empower on a mission then, he's got away from that pack. And he's going to hunt down Vizar Jacoli now. So you can see the gap, it's a fairly large one. He's got 7 minutes to hold that bunch of cars off if they are able to catch him. It's going to be a hell of an ask. So they themselves have spread out a little bit. Zamfleet just behind Empower. He'll try and follow him through. Double right. He made a mistake at that corner last lap, and he's done it again. Martin Webb moving through then up into fourth. Having a very, very strong race. Double right dropping down like another few positions. So it's just very, very competitive. A little mistake here or there, and you drop back very quickly. I know. Bet the BMW drivers wish they were paid F1 money. Mantorp Park Long. It's in the title. It's at the end. It's Swedish. I've never heard of it before tonight either. Don't worry. But another cracking little track on the race room. There's a lot of these. I'm going to go 3 wide here then, by the looks of things. So yeah, still very, very close in this mid-pack. There's always some amazing battles in and around this sort of part of the grid. So there's 4 of them. If basically don't make it 4 wide, please. For my own health. Oh, my web's going to be mugged there then. Brakes a little bit early and they all came flying through. So drops down to 8th in the blink of an eye. Was 4th about 3 seconds ago. Yeah, Swedish circuit this. Mantorp Park Long, one of the oldest Swedish circuits. The second Swedish circuit we've done in 3 rounds. I didn't know there were 3 tracks. I didn't know there were 2 tracks in Sweden. Every day's a school day. Live and learn. Yeah, pretty much. That's not too bad. There's a couple of large runoffs. Oh, hello, little tap from Martin Webb then. On Kobalecki, just to let him know he's there. Little kiss on the cheek. Wrong cheek, but you know, kiss nonetheless. That ubiquitous air horn you get on the race room. That person really must travel very, very well. So less than a second then to Empower. Empower is on the move. And he's right up the back of Vizar. Vizar's going to have to be pretty much faultless from here on in. Otherwise Empower will make his way past. I think he's closed up a little bit just on the exit of that previous corner onto this straight. Double right, back and forth. Still with Ruppel right behind him. Ruppel driving a good race. Making hay from the mistakes of those others now slightly behind him. Conor Garrett as well. You can see next car back. So he'll hope that those in front start battling it out. Maybe make it easier for him to start fighting. Kobalecki going a little bit wide and Martin Webb as well following him. It's always easy to do that, following the car in front when they make a mistake and you do it too. A bit irritating. Hey, look, that's what they're for. I'm sure they'd understand. I'm sure they'd understand, Hawaiian. I'm just enjoying the car park you so kindly provided. I was using my creativity. Get there early and use all the trolleys to mark out a nice little your own course. Depends what car you're chucking around the IKEA car park though. What car is that going to be in? Anything sporty? So Empower then less than 2 tenths. He's going to be hard to shrug off now. Still a couple more laps. Now, weirdly, there is a longer section after turn, I think it's 6. So actually I think that's what they've just done there, turn 6, and then they come around here. And then if you look forward, there is a straight that goes past those barriers. But I don't think they ever use it, so I think this is technically the longest layout. It's only 3 kilometres long, 1.9 miles. But yeah, it's the it's the longest of 3. So 2 more laps then. Empower looking for a way through. Sjors Van Zandvliet as well, in and around it. These two it's going to be in for the fight pretty shortly. Empower though, muscling his way through, up into the lead again. So more superb driving. And on for the third win of 3, yet again. I have my car, Mazda CX-7, found crossover. Ooh, don't use all those horsepowers at once. Ooh, gonna burn some rubber. Look, you can turn anything into a sports car if you drive it hard and fast enough. He says famously before the car ends up on its roof. Either way. So Van Zandvliet all over the back of Chicoli. So these 3 look on for definite podium finishes then. It's quite a way back to 4th, Darrell Wright. They're back in 4th position, 9.7 back from the lead. It's a question of which order these 3 will finish in. Yeah, a bit ragged though from Chicoli. So come around the final corner. On to their final lap now then. So one more time round. Great driving from these 3. So Darrell Wright in the back. Still a bit of a queue forming up there, crikey, look at that. So that's all the way from Darrell Wright. Got Conor Garrett just popping his face out there to say hello on camera. Sasha Rupel behind him. Martin Webb. We've got Kobalecki, Burek in the bag, Bud, and Madzo. So that's a long old queue. And so a few positions possibly still to be swapped. Yeah, sometimes it's about how it puts it down, isn't it, rather than the just sheer power. You can have all the horsepower in the world, but if the mechanics are terrible, then it doesn't really matter, does it? All the power just stays in the engine, doesn't ever touch the road. So let's quickly go on board then. M-Power, superb drive again. So this will be his 8th win of 9 races, I think. So we know how good he is, but he hasn't had it all his own way tonight. Has had to fight a little bit for it. But he's earned them. He has earned these wins, very much so. Oh, these guys are getting a little bit wide on that grass. A little bit of a nudge in the back there. A little bit naughty maybe. Might see that popping up in the instant report, especially as it's a bit of a punt to pass. He has gained a position from it. So we'll come on board with Empire then. Coming through the final corner and another unbelievable drive. Well done, Empire. Superb win, especially the races 2 and 3, considering he had to start further back. Van Zandvliet and Chicoli then 2nd and 3rd. Really cracking driving from all of them. Let's go out to Darrell Wright. He does hold on for 4th. Really great driving. Brings the train home with him as they all finish home, snaking them down to the line. So that's that's Darrell Wright, Conor Garrett, Sasha Rupel. Martin Webb will be pretty happy with that finish. Back in 7th. Kobalecki 8th. Burek 9th. In the bag by 10th. Madzo in 11th. We have Rolling Thunder and Brandon Leach coming over the line. 11th and 12th. Rolling Thunder. So he comes home in 13th apparently. Wonder if he has a time penalty, we'll see. Jay Middleton coming over the line in 14th. We've got Zamfir Radu 15th. Dennis Deutsch, not a good race for him unfortunately, so looked really strong in the previous race but did not go his way in this final race. And then we had Sjelstra and Zandvliet, Sam Zandvliet retiring from the race unfortunately. Yeah, it was a good race for himself. Yeah, very, very close between all of them again. Really superbly competitive. So that mid-pack fight as well. Just like the WTCR were. Some superb racing. Fastest lap, again, Empower 1:22.834. I think the only driver in the 22s, he was. I don't think anyone else was really very close to getting to the 22s either. Not even the low 23s. So, yeah, superb racing. A lot of them are fighting all the time, though, in that race. Yeah, mate, it looks difficult. It's good. It's very entertaining, though, Empower. So, you know, if you can not win by too much, us on stream very much appreciate it. No, I'm joking. You drive as hard as you can and you win by as far as you want. But yeah, some good, really good driving. Some great racing to watch all throughout the grid as well. So many close battles happening. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. Very, very good. Hopefully you all enjoyed that as well. Superb stuff. Hopefully a bit more of that next week. So yeah, Silverstone International next week. A track we know. I've never seen Silverstone on here before. We only do tracks really that I've got no idea about. So it'd be nice to have one where I actually understand the Circuit. Oh, you're about to start learning before next week. Hey, you've got to ask Martin Webb first. He might say no. He knows what you like. I don't know. I'll show him a clip of your GT4 murder at Nürburgring in the SSR endurance event. See what he thinks then. I kid, obviously. Cheers, Fish. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much to all of you for tuning in. Really appreciate your eyes and ears tonight. I said it's genuinely what I enjoy, chatting with all of you while watching this. The less said about that, the better. Yeah, I'll leave that one there, Joe. If it's a bad moment, we all have them. We live and learn. Apart from that, we live and learn. The GT4 you mad on the other hand. R.I.P. Cheers, Mudge. Cheers, man. See you next time, dude. So, yes. Cheers, Bads. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, it was good. Some cracking racing to watch tonight. And hopefully more of the same next week at Silverstone. So that should be awesome. Damn it, I keep saying awesome. Yeah, I do say it a lot, don't I, Smudge? You were right. Gosh darn it. I don't say awesome a lot, do I? It turns out I do. So, next stream then will be on Tuesday. It is the Xbox Project Cars 2 Touring Car League. We are up to, I think it's the final round, isn't it, actually? That's crept up very quickly. God, it's December the 1st. No, it's not. It's penultimate round. Ignore me. So, where did we do on Tuesday? We're doing Project Cars 2. We're doing touring cars, but I might have ballsed it up when I put it in the calendar. So that's going to need a quick check. Yes, I'll quickly check that. But yeah, Tuesday, Project Cars 2. Always good fun. There's some great battles in that as well. Only 12 on the grid, but it's a bit like tonight. It's so close. You still get some great racing to watch. Next Thursday, back at Monza for a bit of ACC. So just the 1 hour this time, not the 6. Just 60-minute race at Monza, round number 6 of our GT3 League on the Assetto Corsa Competizione on PC. That's season number 5. So really looking forward to that. Had a great race last night at Bathurst. And then, yes, Silverstone next week here on the BMW 235i League on Race Room for round number 4. Awesome. On that note then, yeah, cheers everybody. As you're all heading off so nice and quickly, I'll head off too. So, yeah, thanks for the new follows. Much appreciated. Cheers for the new subs, resubs as well. Very, very kind. Thank you all ever so much. Yeah, it's been great. Bathurst, apparently. But I'm not northern, so I don't say it like that. I'm from the south, so I'll say it, correctly. On that note, I'll catch you all next Tuesday. A bit of Project Cars 2 on Xbox. Until then, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, take care, and I will see you all next time.